Hello, my name is Miss Loving Math, and I got another video for y'all. This is particularly for the product rule algebra edition. So if you are specifically looking for another one, I believe it's within like Calculus 2 or Calculus 3. I will definitely get to making that video. I actually love using that product rule. For right now, this is algebra edition. If this is not the video that you're looking for, then I'm sorry. But for the people who are looking for this specific video, let's get started. I'm gonna give a little description and then we'll do a bunch of questions. I think I have up to 6 questions for today. We're going over the formula and just gonna explain to you how this formula particular works. So we are going to use B as our base, and then I'm gonna use M and N for our exponents. So this is the formula for the product rule specifically for algebra addition. B to the power of M times B to the power of N equals B to the power of M plus N. So you might be wondering, like, how the heck does this work? When it comes to the B's are the base, aka like the bottom letter slash number, and they have to be equal for this to work. So if we have like 3m times 3n, this will work because the bases are 3. Both of them are 3. That way we can add our exponents. It's the same thing with letters. So let's say we have an x instead. X n times x n equals x to the power of m plus n. That works perfectly as well. The key is to make sure that the bases are the same so that we can use the sum of the exponents to combine them together and make it much simpler. We are going to go over some questions now. Definitely, if you have questions down below, feel free to mark them down. But it's as simple as it gets. Just make sure that the bases are the same so that you can add the exponents together. First problem. So when it comes to, just as a reminder, if you want to know which question I exactly go over, look at the description down below. I like to write down all the problems that I do so that you don't feel like you're wasting your time looking for problems that you feel like aren't helpful for your learning. But for right now, this is what we got. 2 to the power of 5 times 2 to the power of 2. Thankfully, the bases are the same. So that means our base for today, I'm just going to write it down to make it easier. Our base is 2, thankfully. And our exponents are 5 and 2. So 5 and 2. I'm going to write down the formula here for right now to make it easier. It'll definitely get a little bit more difficult as time goes on. But here it is for right now, the formula. But, okay. Since we know our base is a 2, we can input our base right here as equal to. And from it seems here, our m is going to be the 5 and the n is going to be a 2. So that means 5 plus 2. And this is our answer using the product rule. If you would like to once again figure out whether or not you even did correctly or not, just do it yourself. Just expand it out, and but definitely 2 to the power of 5 times 2 to the power of 2 does equal 2 to the power of 7. So this is correct. Up to the next. We got 5 to the power of 3 times 5 to the power of 2. using our formula right to the one that we have written down to the right, we can definitely see our base is going to be a 5. As for the exponents, we can see that they're going to be 3 and 2. If it makes it easier to run down, just put them right here. Just mark them down. So now we got 5 to the power of 3 plus 2, which is going to equal 5 to the power of 5. I think these questions have been a little bit more simpler. So let's add another more terms. Now we have included the x's. So a little bit more difficult, but we got it. We're smart. To make it easier on us, let's move aside the 5 and the 3. Let's not even worry about that right now. So if you like, just set to the side and let's just bring down what we actually do have, which is the x2 times x3. Based on what we got, we can clearly see that our base is the x and our exponents, or our our m and n, are 2 and 3. I do apologize for that. So now we got our singular base x, 2 plus 5, which equals x5. Now we're not done yet. Don't forget about our 5 and our 3. When it comes to like just normal numbers, so for example our 5 and 3, just we just multiply them like how we normally do, which is a 15. And now let's put it all together. So just gonna move these right here. So we got 15 times x to the power of 5, which equals 15 x5. And that's how we do it. I like to push these like numbers to the side so that we can clearly see the formula in a better way. You don't have to put it all together. If you have to for some reason, just put in a spreadsheet, a little separate paper to make sure that you know what you're doing. You don't have to put all of it all at once. It's always good to separate them. It really does help you out. So like for example, right here is also fine, and then you could just focus on this. Up to you, however it feels comfortable for you. The main key is just getting it in a process that you truly understand. Number 4, we got x cubed times 5x to the power of 5. So let's go. We got, as we can see, a 7 and a 5. Let's push that to the side. So let's put x to the power of 5. Clearly we can see we have some x's right here. X cubed to the x to the power of 5. So let's put them like this. We can clearly see by writing it off like this that we get our wonderful formula right here. So as we can see, our base is going to be an x and our exponents are going to be 3 and 5. Give me a second to write it down. So using our wonderful formula right here, we get our singular base now, which is just x, and then 3 plus 5, which is now x to the power of 8. And then let's multiply 7 times 5. So now we get 35 x to the power of 8. And that's our wonderful answer. It seems like we are understanding it. If not, definitely feel free to ask for more questions. I'm more than happy to respond to them. But let's go off to question number 5. This one does include now x's and y's, so please be prepared for that. Okay, so this one's definitely a little bit more difficult, but we got it. Let's just think about the way that we've been doing it so far. So when it came to just like the numbers and the x, we just like to separate them. Let's just continue doing that so it makes it easier on us. So let's get started with that. First, we have our wonderful numbers, our 5 and our 8. Let's separate that. So 5 and 8. Next, we can definitely see some few bases that could add together. So our first base is our x's here. X to the power of 2 and then x to the power of 6. So 2 times 6. Lastly, we have our y's. So we have this y right here and this y right here. We have the x and the y that we can use this wonderful formula right here. So let's focus on it one at a time. So as we can see right here, our singular, I'm just gonna write number 1, the x. We definitely can see that our exponents are going to be 2 and 6. As for our base, it's going to be just x. So just gonna write this down real quick. I like to show it visually and speak it loud, so I do apologize for that. Now we have our wonderful y's here. So as we can see, our y does, obviously the base is y, and our exponent here is 1 and 4. So just write an imaginary one. So this is our m, this is our n, and then this is the m, and then this is the n. So we can definitely add these two and then add these two. So how it's going to turn out is because the x is a singular base, we can write it like that, and then 2 plus 6. And then for y's, obviously the y is the base, and then 1 plus 4. Just gonna put this all down here. Now let's combine it all together. So obviously 5 times 8 equals 40. X2 plus 6 equals 8. And then y1 plus 4 equals 5. And that's our wonderful answer. This is why I really love separating it to its equal base so that we can clearly see what is going to be added, what's going to be multiplied. And yeah, let's go off to our final problem. Our final problem, and for this problem, I got rid of the formula so that we can truly see if we've mastered it. So this is how it goes. The first thing we gotta do, remember, we gotta separate it. So we got some 3 things from here that we can separate. We got our wonderful numbers here, the 2 and the 9. Then we got the x cubed, x to the power of 3, and then x. And then we got y2 and then y to the power of 5. So let's separate them. I've been putting them in brackets because I think it's easier for you to know what is going to multiply with what. If you don't like it, if you particularly like just writing it, just this is just for an example, like that, that also works. I've just been right putting it in brackets because I think it's easier for you to know like what you're gonna multiply with what. So up to you how you write it. This is just how I particularly like to write it. Okay. The numbers we can definitely leave to the side. We all know this one's gonna equal 18. Now for um these other two. So as we can see, we have two bases for two different. So let's get that started. Obviously, for the x, our base is going to be an x, and our exponent is going to be 3 and 1. Remember that we are going to add these two, so we're going to add the 3 and the 1, I meant. So that way, this will turn out to be like this. X to the power of 4. Now, for our y, obviously the y is going to be the base. And our wonderful exponents are going to be a 5 and, oh, I miswrote that, y and 2. So that means it's going to be y to the power of 5 plus 2, which is going to equal 7. And let's combine this all together. So that means we got 18 times x to the power of 4, then times y to the power of 7, which equals 18x times to the power of 4 to y to the power of 7. And that's our answer right there. Thank you so much for watching this YouTube video. I do appreciate it. If you like to like, follow, and just subscribe, it really truly does help me out. It lets me know what my wonderful students need. What Definitely, if there's any topic that you can think that you would need help, definitely feel free to mark down below. And thank you so much for watching this YouTube video. I really do appreciate it. I know that you all gonna do wonderful things. I know that you all smart cookies. Remember, failures is the only way to learn. If you cannot fail, then you will not learn. So please make mistakes. It is encouraged. Have a nice day, and this has been Miss Lovey Math.